see how some of our newcomers do tonight.
Yeah, we're expecting a handful of newcomers tonight with the 16 truck field.
It's the biggest field we've had for a little while here, and we're going to good old-fashioned Las Vegas. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a weird night because I think just like it was with Texas, I think getting on and off pit road is going to be the difference in winning or losing tonight.
Yeah, and that was an issue last night. I can say that firsthand. Or I should say Taddy and I can say that firsthand.
Actually, I didn't have an issue. I wasn't trying to pit at that time.
That's true. That's true. That's all. That was me.
Yeah, it's really when it comes to pitting, you know, as long as you give a signal and you're able to set the bottom on the pit road, it's really not that hard to track to get on pit road, and it's really wide on the exit, so pit road's not typically too big of an issue. The biggest issue is that because of so much draft and so many trucks able to stay with each other, that it's easy to get bumped from the guy behind you entering pit road.
Yeah. Case in point, last night. Man, I am not doing good right now, apparently. Anyways.
I'll be starting this race timer here in about 2 minutes. We'll be getting ready to go. Oh, you guys still need invites.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would help. I mean, we can just guess what's going on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I was worried about getting my own stream going, but I almost forgot to invite you. I don't get accused of being the smartest.
That's okay. You can be like me and go to Lowe's and 3 or 4 people ask you for help.
Well, Travis, normally on this night we have Taddy and Picola in the booth with us, but we're without Picola tonight.
Yep, because he's with his friends Jose and Jacob, and they're probably going to be working in tandem tonight.
And Jacob and Jose making their debut here on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Jose's going to do. He's kind of the X factor here. We don't know what we're going to get a wild card, so to speak, but Jacob, he's really good at mile-and-a-half tracks in general, so I look for him to have a strong showing tonight.
On the front row for tonight's race, surprise to no one, is B. Holcomb and Bro Chase.
Yeah, Holcomb and Bro Chase always have really strong runs, so they're going to probably be in the top 3 all night long.
And an impressive showing for Heavy Duty, gets 3rd for qualifying.
Yeah, but he usually does not have a good race, so hopefully that'll change for him tonight. But he's had a hard time trying to complete a race or have consistency from one stage to the next. So hopefully his time will come tonight to have a good run all the way through.
Are we good to go, Taddy?
No, I got 20 seconds left on the timer. Yeah, big keys for this race. Stage 1, everyone will have to pit at least one time. Stage 2, interesting enough, this league rule is you can only save up to 5 laps. You get 24 laps to the tank on a 27-lap stage, so there's only 3-lap difference there. So far this week, everybody has made that extra stop. And third stage, you have to save about 1 lap of fuel, but the biggest issue here at Las Vegas is going to be your tires more than anything, and the timer has expired. You guys can go ahead and join.
All right. Yeah, tires are going to be an issue. This track is...
If he's blue screen, they can't hear you. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but when the broadcaster's blue screen, nobody else can be heard, just the broadcaster.
We are good to go now.
Okay.
Loading in.
Okay, so I was just going to say, yeah, with tires, that's going to be the biggest issue, and this track is so abrasive and so bumpy, it's like Auto Club and Atlanta mixed together.
That's a good comparison there. You know, I found it not worth trying to risk running it all the way dry, and I just went 20 laps at a time, basically. I just couldn't make it any further past that, to be honest. And here we go, B. Holcomb with the lead, heading down into turn 1. Heavy Duty goes to the bottom of Bro Chase, going for second.
Apparently I'm having technical difficulties, just bear with me, I'll be on there in just a moment.
All good. Off turn 4, it's going to be B. Holcomb leading the first lap. But Jacob comes down on the bottom lane looking for second. Running in that 5th spot right now is Flash 9. Got to keep an eye on him. He's a threat to win every night. But right now the top 5, B. Holcomb, Heavy Duty, Bro Chase, Flash 9, and Jacob. Just want to welcome everybody in tonight that's watching out there in the YouTube land. Got a good one. Would have to think we're in for a better treat than last week, Travis.
Oh yeah, for sure. More people means more fun.
Oh yeah. Bro Chase looking to the bottom of Heavy Duty, and Heavy Duty's into the wall. He's going to fall back to about the 5th or 6th position. Up to P3 is P Cola. Riding on board with a 38, your race leader. You see down the backstretch, he'll work the high lane and then drop down to the bottom, which you don't normally see at Vegas, and up off the corner, he'll go to the middle lane and here onto the front stretch. He'll drop down to the apron as he crosses the start-finish line, and then back up to arc the corner. Travis, how are things going over there on your end?
I'm finally loading in now.
Good. I want to keep it here on the race leader for the broadcast and the people watching, but it looks like there's a lot of action going on deeper in the field.
Yep, I'll go ahead and start going back there. Yeah, so we have our leaders, and then we have a pretty decent pack of cars with everybody else. We've got NASCAR Extreme up here, Jose Protege, Taddy, yeah, a whole bunch of guys up here racing together. Jacob, 1919, he's taking the 8 truck tonight. So they're racing pretty hard together. And then we have just a couple stragglers in the back.
Speaking of racing hard, we got a battle for the race lead. It's the friends, B. Holcomb and Bro Chase, with P. Cola sitting there in 3rd. P. Cola's got to be one to watch tonight, Travis. He won on Monday night.
Oh yeah, and he wants so much to go ahead and win in the custom setup league. So I'm pretty sure he's hungry tonight.
I don't think he's won yet since you and I have started broadcasting on Wednesdays, has he?
Nope. We got Do the Do and Keith are our 2 outliers in the back here.
Taking a peek here at our comments section. Denkate says, hey guys. What's up, Denkate? He says he's ready for tomorrow night and that he's picking Picola.
That's a pretty good choice.
Aquatati says Viva Las Vegas. Indeed. And Puddin says, "What's up? What's up, Puddin?"
Yeah, Flash Nines has a strong run. He's up to third.
Yeah, he got around Pete Cola there.
You guys are having some strong runs early. Some of these other guys, though, they're might be biding their time. Hopefully, maybe saving their tires a little bit. You have to make one pit stop here in this first stage.
Going to the inside of B. Holcomb is Bro Chase for the race lead. Side by side into 3 and 4.
That's kind of tight there. I'm kind of surprised Flash 9 tried to work it in there. They are 3 wide.
Not quite.
Yeah, people I think wisely backed out of that one.
Flash 9 still hanging in up there on the outside lane.
Yeah, you can make it work up there, especially in 3 and 4. Turns 1 and 2 is a different story. I mean, if I were the leaders, I would just try to drive away because you don't want 5th and 6th catching up to you. Speaking of which, we got Jacob taking 5th spot away from Heavy Duty. Heavy Duty, though, running 6th, running strong so far, and hopefully he can get some stage points tonight.
And let's check in on our in-race reporter. That's Aqua Tatty running in the 7th position. How's the truck going, Tatty?
It's a little looser than what I practiced with. I made some last-minute adjustments that I'm not so certain that they're panning out for me at this moment.
He's coming up on the back of the 44, though, of Heavy Duty, looking for that 6th position. We're riding on board with Tatty.
Behind them, you have NASCAR Extreme. You've got T-Bird, Jose Proche, Coach Matt, who had a great race, except for those last restart last week.
I'm going to go ahead and be Mike Joy, and we have our first exit of the night. It's Do the Do.
Yeah, he was first to go, I think, last week. So this is not good for him points-wise.
Just wanted to mention, you said NASCAR Extreme. He was last week's winner at Eldora, looking for another good run here tonight at Vegas.
Yeah, got to represent the Mike Harmon truck. And I think we got another driver who's fallen off the pace quite a bit, and that would be the 22 car, or truck rather. He's fallen off. He used to be part of that crew. That's War Pig in the 22. He just recently started racing here on Wednesdays.
Tatty headed for pit road.
And so is War Pig.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have a speeding penalty when you signal and people don't feel like following that, then it is what it is.
It's kind of early pitting, is it not?
You're within range of making it.
Was this lap 10 or 12?
This is like lap halfway, past halfway.
Another truck peels off for pit road.
Yeah, that would be Keith. Keith, who I don't think showed up last week, and then the 10 truck, Justin Shackett, coming down pit road.
The 24 gets the wall.
Oh, uh-oh.
Some big issues. He is wrecked down the back straightaway.
He just looks like he got too tight, came off of turn number 2, smacked the wall, and thankfully didn't collect anybody else. Meanwhile, T-Bird's coming to pit road.
I wonder if he's set up a loose truck there.
Oh, I don't think so. I think that was tight. He's been kind of flirting with bouncing off the walls coming out of the corner, so probably didn't do enough track bar. And he's staying out on the racetrack. I mean, if I were him, I'd just come straight down to pit road. I wouldn't even keep driving around the track.
And Flash 9 pills off for pit road.
And with him is the 51 truck as well.
It's KB Showtime. He didn't show up last week either. Still B. Holcomb out front. And Picola's going to be heading for pit road, and also it looks like Jacob.
Yeah, and looks like Jose Protege signaling as well. So they're all kind of putting together. They're all in the same chat, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So
we know that.
Right
yeah.
Ooh, speaking of which, the 18 and 13 kind of got together coming up pit road, so hopefully no one's getting a speeding penalty.
Now, Taddy mentioned at the top of the broadcast that pit road entry shouldn't be an issue, but so far this week for these guys, it's really been an issue. Certainly was for me last night. And here comes the 38 of B. Holcomb onto pit road.
As well as Heavy Duty and Coach Matt coming down.
I'm going to keep an eye on B. Holcomb. You keep an eye on P. Cola.
Right. And P. Cola is exiting right now, as a matter of fact. And I think Flash 9 is going to pass him going down the backstretch here. It's going to be close. Yep, just squeak spot on the outside. As they both are up to speed. And man, those pit stops, they really spread the field out.
Yeah, they really do.
So you got the 23 and the 13, and then he really have to start searching, because now B. Holcomb's coming out of pit road, but he is going to be coming out so far behind by the time he gets up to speed.
Just so you know, your leader right now is the 74 of NASCAR Extreme.
NASCAR Extreme looks like he's going to be one of those guys that's going to risk it and run it dry.
Yeah, but if you have to pit, you're just losing so much time to the leaders. Texas was a good indication of that. I mean, I try to play strategy a little bit there, and then just coming in 3 laps later killed an entire second and a half off of with me and Country Caliber battling. So just staying out here in this case, I wouldn't be playing that for too long. And now it looks like he's coming to pit road now.
But right now, the race leader will be Flash 9.
Yeah, he should be taking the lead here.
I'll tell you what else you can't do, though, is you can't come just too early. And that's more so for the third stage. Because I came about 4 or 5 laps earlier than everybody last night. And by the end of the run, I was just getting destroyed.
Yeah, you don't want to come too early, that's true. It's just, like, NASCAR pretty much was on pace with the leaders, and now he's coming to pit road. He will definitely lose the lead. He'll probably
is the leader right now on pit road, coming to pit road. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, so it looks like Bro Chase decided to stay out for a little while longer after that spin.
Yeah, and he's going to even lose even more position. So the 74, I'm pretty sure he is going to be back out of the top 5. He's actually pulling up next to Keith coming out of pit road. So yeah, he may be out of the top 10. So the 24 truck, he spun. He stayed out, I guess, to lead, which doesn't really do anything.
And you said that the 74 is just now coming off pit road. Well, the 23 just is now going into 3, so he's only got about a straightaway on Flash 9 now, in terms of just staying on the lead lap.
Yeah, he's got about he's going into turn 3 right now, and now we have Bro Chase coming out of pit road, and he's lost a lot of time in position. Now, Bro Chase is fast, and if he can be the lucky dog, then if somebody goes a lot down, of course, then that's good. But when he had that spin and everyone was coming to pit road, I would have just come to pit road. I would have stayed out.
Yeah, Bro Chase is back to 15. He's in the last truck on the lead lap. Or in the race, I guess.
Gotcha.
I know that because I'm in 14th after my speeding penalty.
trying to see if we can do a run through the field here. We've got Flash 9 leader, P. Cola, of course, in second.
It's B. Holcomb in third, I think. Yeah, B. Holcomb in third. And Coach Matt fourth. Heavy Duty fifth. KB Showtime sixth. Who is that there behind him? Behind the 51 there.
Hold on. That looks like T-Bird.
Yep, T-Bird. And behind T-Bird...
I believe that would be Heavy Duty?
No, Heavy Duty's up in fifth.
Leader's taking the white flag of the stage.
It's the final lap of the stage.
They're coming to it.
Yep, crossing the start-finish line, and white flag here for Flash 9.
He's got it in the bag.
He's got about a 4 or 5 second lead. Maybe 3 on Picola. He'll easily cruise and win this stage. Down into 3 and 4. Hugging that white line. And off of turn number 4, Flash 9 will see the green and white checkered flag as he wins the first stage here at Las Vegas.
Way to go.
It's going to be Picola second and B. Holcomb third.
And it was a wild dash for the 44, the 26, and the 51. They were bouncing off of each other coming out of fourth. Alright, so we got our full rundown here. We got Flash 9, Gator, Holcomb, Coach Matt, Heavy Duty, getting a good run, Showtime, T-Bird, Shackett, Extreme, and Warpig was able to round out your top 10.
Hey, that was quick. You get the results quick.
I tried to.
Got it done before we're even going green here for the second stage. Brochase stayed out. Brochase will lead us to the green flag.
No,
that was an accident.
Yeah, yep.
Yep, he's pulling off to the side there.
He's pulling off the entire racetrack, actually.
And Flash 9 will lead him down into 1 and 2 and lead him off of 2.
Now, see, again, if I'm Chase, I know that was a mistake, but I wouldn't, do that necessarily. I would just go ahead, go out there, and try to run with the pack until I have to absolutely pit.
Well, he might actually be out of fuel. I mean, he could have taken just enough fuel to make it to the end.
I think he is out of fuel. He's out of the race. He's just left the race. The Brochase has left the race.
And that's going to leave B. Holcomb by himself unless him and Flash 9 are still in the call.
Or unless Brochase is going to be somebody's spotter here. Coach Matt having another good night. I mean, he had a great night at Eldora. Had a terrible restart in stage 3, and
he's worked his way up to third tonight.
Yeah, so if he can put together another strong run and have a good stage 3, he might be a contender for the win tonight.
Picola, though, goes to the inside of Coach Matt.
Extreme and Showtime make a little contact in the tri-oval.
And Coach Matt's going to go for the race lead.
There you go, Coach. You got it.
send the 26 to the point.
Yeah, but he looks like he's a little loose coming out of the corner there.
But off of 4, he's going to clear him. And bring Piccola with him. And he'll lead that lap. What a run so far for Coach Matt. Taddy, he's been in the league a while, hasn't he?
Yes.
Somebody who's working on his racecraft and getting better. You like to see it.
You don't like to see it, you love to see it.
Look at who's coming up for that second position there. That's the 74.
Looks like he's made some adjustments, and now he's wanting to maybe replicate what he did last week and get back up to the front here. Just a, I guess, a well-known secret. Extreme gets a lot of his advice and assistance from Fluffy, as KB Showtime bounces off someone, loses about 3 spots there, and settles in front of Jose Protege.
I'll tell you what, the 26 doesn't get a great run into the corner, but through the center and off, he's able to maintain. But here comes the 74. He's catching him.
Yeah, he's catching him, and 13's catching him, and 23's catching Piccola, so it's they're all catching each other right now. And Taddy, you said there'd be 1 pit stop at this stage, right?
Most likely, yes.
There's an outside chance. Yeah, there's an outside chance somebody could try and pull a strategy, but we have a battle for the race lead. It's the 74 of NASCAR Extreme, and he's going to clear him.
Or is he? Because he got a little washed up there. Here comes 26 again.
But the 74 clears him for the race lead. Looking to go back-to-back here. Great run here for the 74. Certainly a surprise, wouldn't you think there, Travis? From the guy that said, I love Eldora.
No, it's like I said earlier, he gets a lot of his setup help from Fluffy, and we know Fluffy's fast on Thursday, so if he's getting a little bit more of that quote-unquote technical assistance, then he's looking to be a contender every week.
And that just makes Wednesday nights even more talented.
Oh yeah. No, we can't have Piccola and Taddy win everything.
I haven't won anything at GC Sports.
You didn't have to say that. So it looks like we've got a pretty solid group of about 7 drivers that are able to stick together here. And then after that we have Taddy and Jose Protege, Warpig, Shackett, Jacob, and KB Showtime running together. And then Keith all the way in the back.
Just wanted to mention we're missing one of our normal front runners in Private Patton. He's racing tonight in the Fast Line Racing League. Excuse me, the Fast Lane Racing League.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's not here tonight, so he's not gonna have a good point tonight.
Points night. This officially eliminates him from the playoffs.
Oh. He's missed that many races?
This would be his 4th missed race.
Oh wow.
But you have to, yeah, this would be his 3rd, but he's not supposed to be here next week. Apologies.
Yeah, I keep thinking of Killer Queen, and I'm like, Killer Queen.
It is Killer Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still an ongoing battle here for the race lead between the 74 and the 26.
Well, we know who's not saving, that's for sure.
Taddy, are you saving any?
I started dead last.
So how many laps are in this stage?
27.
And I'm not saying whether I am or I'm not saving, but I'm saying that as you can tell, the drivers that are behind me, it takes a few seconds to get by them. This is a pretty hard track to make passes on successfully. It takes a few laps.
The 26 just sends it into one. Slide job!
Yeah, he can do that now. His tires are going to start getting burnt up, though, if he keeps doing that.
I think I saw the 22 of Warpig on pit road.
Yep, he's coming out right now. So he is not making it to the end.
What lap are we on the stage?
15 or 27.
He can make it then.
Yeah, anybody that's pit can make it, yeah. I mean, again, there's only a 3-lap difference. After 3 laps, you could have been able to make it.
On fuel, at least.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, now they're so far in, they can make it on fuel and tires. Oh, Gator just bounced off the wall.
And I'll tell you what, this is a knockdown, drag-out brawl here for the first position.
This is kind of what they were doing last week. Of course, Extreme kind of left the whole field, but second place was Coach Matt. So now they're on more equal terms, and more importantly, some really good racing going on here.
I mean, Coach Matt was second there for a while. Taddy finished second.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Taddy, Taddy's on pit road now.
I'll tell you what, though, I think these guys are getting tired of each other. The 26 and 74 just keep running each other over. Oh, and there they go. They're banging doors.
Well, it's yeah, you might not want to keep that up because I don't know if these two like each other or don't like each other, but that could go really, really bad for somebody, or someone behind them might get caught up in their mischief and ruin their night.
Well, we're going to put that battle on pause here for a moment because the 74 lost a lot of ground there doing that. So the 26 maintains the race lead.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure both of those guys are going to have to pit. There's no way. They weren't saving. They're going to the walls and they're going to have to pit at some point. Maybe just a splash of gas or something, but they're going to have to pit.
I think everybody's going to wind up having to pit. If I struggled to make it on tires to 20 laps, then there's no way they can make it on tires at 27.
I have a feeling that Gator's going to make it to the end. I don't know why, but I just do.
Well, he's the king of saving.
He's got clutch.
But as far as saving your tires, if you could run consistently about 2 lanes off the bottom, you can start saving your tires because you're not turning it into the corner. You're not grinding the tires as much.
'74 starting to reel the 26 back in again.
Everybody else looks like they're still just kind of chilling right now.
26 on pit road. You keep an eye there on that 74.
So he's just out here having a good time.
Yeah, he's the leader right now.
Let's put Gator in second at this point in time. Now the 74 is signaling at this time that he'll be pitting.
There's 7 laps to go right now.
It's going to be crunch time. 74 needs to come down. Come on, buddy. There you go.
Yep, we're just riding along with the 26 still.
Alright, so 7. Now we're coming to 6 to go. Yeah, this is it's gonna be close. For some of these guys, it's gonna be really, really close.
Here comes the 26 up out of pit road. I'm guessing some guys are still out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of takers right now.
That 26 lost a lot of time to you, Tatty. You're right there behind him.
I pit considerably earlier, but looks like he also took 4 tires as well, so he should be gaining some ground on me shortly.
Did you see the 74 come out of pit road there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Coach Matt's going to have a huge lead on him.
And that again is just he came in 2 or 3 laps earlier than the 74 truck, and you can see what the actual difference is there. I mean, as soon as he saw him drop down the pit road, if I was NASCAR, I would have dropped down the pit road the very next lap.
4 laps to go. So anybody that doesn't fit this lap is planning on making it to the end.
Is 26 still the leader?
23
No.
is last night.
He's leading P. Kohler.
Alright, so this next time by, they would be coming to 3 to go. Well, I guess the leader would still have an advantage, but this next time by the pit stop, if they do not pit, they have no intention of pitting. Because remember, once you hit that, the leader takes 2 to go, you no longer pit.
And off of 4, they are not pitting. So it looks like Flash 9 and P. Kohler are going to be able to save enough to make it to the end. Impressive. Who's in third, I wonder?
Patty, did something happen to you?
No, I was thinking about pitting with those 2 to go, I couldn't.
Are the leaders taking the white?
Yeah.
Something happened to the 10 truck. He's slowing up big time.
It's probably that fuel. Or Pop's tire.
23 of Flash 9 off of turn 2 is going to probably win stage 1 unless he blows a tire or runs out of fuel. Yep. Stage 2. Thank you, Tatty. Shackett ran out of fuel late last night. Or, no, he blew a tire late last night in the race.
Yeah. Fuel and tires and makes it to the end.
As does P. Kohler.
Stayed in the middle of the track, including the 74,
Ooh.
the 10, the 44.
Oh, man. It's a wreck fest. You got the 44, you got the 38, the 74. I think and now Taddy's involved.
Yeah, well, the 51 decided, well, he avoided the wreck, so let me shoot up on the track when people are coming, because people have brains.
Somebody's getting the warning. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I'm seeing too much idiocracy from what should be good drivers.
Yeah, I can't say much. But Flash 9 will win stage 1. It's 2. Stage 2, maybe if I start paying attention.
Yeah, and then Gator, Holcomb, Coach Matt, Heavy Duty, Showtime, T-Bird, Justin Shackett. We keep him running out of gas, getting 8th. Extreme is getting 9th, and Warpig gets another top 10. Getting an extra bonus point. Third stage. Is it 2? How many times? You said 2 times?
Yeah, whoever wins the race is going to pit twice. Everyone else is going to pit 3 times.
The 52 stays out.
So it's 24 laps of fuel, and it's how many on stage 3?
7 and 4.
The 52 did the same thing that Brochase did.
Yeah, he got his 5 seconds of fame right there.
But it's Flash 9 and Pete Cola battling for the race lead. What happened to Coach Matt?
He was the lucky dog, so he had to start last in that restart. Remember, he pit, the leaders didn't, so you go a lap down here when you pit.
Flash 9 leading, and it's going to be T-Bird in second.
Ooh, they're getting a little dicey right now. Getting 3 wide back here with Holcomb, Showtime, and
NASCAR
Jose.
Extreme, and it got real dicey there for a second.
Yeah, they're really fast, and they're trying to get through the field as quickly as they can, and they gotta realize there's plenty of racing left. Ooh,
Oh man,
we
just lost Taddy.
They're going 4 wide.
Taddy out of the race.
Oh, save it. Save it. Just barely saved it.
Riding on board with the 74 as we have absolute chaos going on right now.
Yeah, you got Flash 9 he's out there just hanging out, driving by himself. Holcomb's in second. Everybody else is fighting hard for position. And they kind of don't seem to care how they're getting it right now. T-Bird up here, he's racing hard. Coach Matt.
He's got a good truck. Coach Matt, all the way up to 5th already after starting from the rear of the field.
Yeah, well, Coach Matt, remember how he got raced by T-Bird last week. We'll find out.
And T-Bird's kind of holding him up again this week.
Yep. Alright, now that bottom line's working better than the top line. And
oh!
Got right
51.
Or the 51. Yeah, they are just they're beating the heck out of each other. Coach Matt was trying to make a move there, and I just didn't realize he was not clear.
Tell you what, since this is his 3rd stage, I think Coach Matt, you're going to see some urgency out of him to try to get past these guys and get back up towards the front to try to battle Flash 9.
44 goes from being up in the top 5 now. He's sliding backwards. And then Piccola lets off to keep going 3 wide coming out of the corner.
Well, Travis, it's just me and you now. We're not going to have any more in-race reporting tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll
with
try
Taddy
to
out of the race.
Here. I will say this: I really think that the strategy of needing to pit 24 laps, what was it, 74 are in stage 3?
Correct.
So let me just do the.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, so you got to pit twice, and then hopefully save 2 laps of fuel.
I should also mention the 54 of Keith in early exit,
52.
or I should say the 52. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He actually stayed out there, so he's calling it quits.
And some of y'all out there watching might not really understand why guys would do that. I mean, I think there's certainly an argument for Brochase to have stayed in the race since that happened in the 2nd stage, but in the 3rd stage it makes sense because the best Keith was really going to be able to do there was, I mean, he probably would have finished last of the running trucks, wouldn't you say, Travis?
Yeah, he probably would have. I mean, nothing against Keith, but he's usually one of the last finishers. So, I mean, I would have stayed in at the very least to see who else might lag out or quit and grab a few points. I mean, just because you have a mistake doesn't mean you leave the race, because he may cost himself some positions, and he definitely needs all the points he can get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't foresee myself quitting unless I lag out ever, because for a person like me, their first year racing, only 3 races experience, I need all the laps that I can get with these guys, and I just don't see the point in quitting, to be honest. No matter how frustrated I get with myself or with the truck or with somebody else, I can't quit.
Yeah, the only race that I've quit in the last year was I was really invited to race, and it was actually a preset, and I guess I chose the wrong preset, and I was spinning out And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to mess anyone up that's in the playoffs, so I'm going to go ahead and just back out. I don't have a dog in this fight, so that's the only time I've backed out of something like that. Meanwhile, we still have Coach Matt in third. He's been able to work his way by T-Bird as we've been talking. He's got KB Showtime right behind him. T-Bird's still racing both of them. And slowly but surely, the 74 truck's trying to get up there. Meanwhile, first and second are just driving away.
It's not a fast drive away, though. They're steadily driving away, but if any of these guys in this pack right here have anything for them, they're going to have to get on it.
Well, I would venture to say at this point that everyone's running, just by hearing the RPMs, that are doing a fourth gear strategy at this point. Because you're hearing a lot of guys like P. Cole and a few others getting really bogged down in these corners, and that usually means they're not running a whole lot of RPMs.
Heading to the bottom of the racetrack, it's KB Showtime going for third on Coach Matt.
And he being Picola, Jose and Jacob, and Warpig, and Warpig's another friend of theirs. He might be in that party chat too. They're all kind of racing together right now. Not racing very hard, so they're probably going to try to push it as long and as hard as they can.
So here's something that's going to be interesting. A couple of things that I'm just now thinking about is we are not going to have a lap counter. So if anybody is still racing and you're listening to this broadcast, if somebody can tell us when there's 10 to go and just comment here on the broadcast on YouTube, that would be much appreciated, because otherwise we're not going to know when this race is over. And secondly, hey Taddy, would you please come back into the chat so that you can add our top three, because we can't. The only person I could add is P. Cola if he finishes top three.
I'm not going to say it on air, but Clay, you might want to look at the GC Sports custom chat.
I'm not in the custom chat.
Okay.
I don't run customs. If you want to send me a picture, you can.
That's what I'm doing. And for those that are watching, if we got anyone watching right now, really not a whole lot of racing going on. A lot of saving going on right now. Not a lot of racing. I think everyone's kind of sorted themselves out right now, and now we've got a situation of trying to make it on tires, stretch that as far as they can go, stretch the fuel out as far as they can go. All that stuff being considered right now as they're trying to go ahead and make the full set here and do it without having to make that extra pit stop.
Certainly seems like it. I'll tell you what, though. I've not really been paying attention. I've been paying attention more to the comment section and what you had just sent me, but Coach Matt, KB Showtime, and T-Bird have come up to B. Holcomb for second.
Yeah, they have. And I think that has to do more with the draft at this point, too. Excuse me. So yeah, with the draft, they're able to kind of make up some time on him, and I'm sure B. Holcomb realized that he couldn't catch up to Flash 9, so there's no point in wearing his stuff out at this point.
That's interesting, though, because isn't B. Holcomb and Flash 9 in the same chat?
They probably are.
That's a surprising move. Country Caliber chiming in with the what's up, boys. What's up, Country Caliber?
Here comes Coach Matt for second. The first
Yeah,
real
indeed.
position change that we've had in a while.
Taddy says, "What's up, country?"
And T-Bird and NASCAR Extreme knocking doors there. So Holcomb might be more of a short run car maybe instead of a long run. That's always possible. Knowing Holcomb as little as I do, I think he's just starting to reel it back in and just kind of save his stuff right now. Kind of let
You guys are
go wear himself out.
You guys are looking at second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Up there in the distance, you can see the 23 of Flash 9. He's your race leader. But we're going to keep it back here for quality of broadcast purposes.
I finally was able to get to the broadcast here, so for some reason it didn't give me a notification. You know, we kind of could go through a little bit of the rest of the field here. Then you have P-Cola's group. They're racing behind that main group that's on the broadcast. So you have P-Cola, Jose Proje, Jacob, and Warpig, and then a little bit further behind you have Shackett. And one driver I haven't seen in a while. I'm going to have to go ahead and check and see, as we see some kind of contact with Coach Matt there. Let's see, did he, yep, he did leave the race. Heavy Duty, I believe, is out of the race.
26 to pit road. You know, and just running through the field here, I'm reminded of a couple other guys that were missing tonight. We're without Mikey Danman and Nuka Bob.
Oh yeah, we don't have the Thor trucks in here. Of course, you're not
besides P-Cola.
But yeah, the yellow Thor trucks.
The 15 and 38 and 23 are all coming to pit road. I'm going to keep it here with KB Showtime, as he will assume the race lead. The 74 is also in.
Yeah, but this is where that first part of that strategy takes place. I think everyone kind of noticed that if you stay out a little too long, then you're going to lose a lot of time on the racetrack.
P-Cola and Jacob also stay out on the racetrack. They're second and third currently.
They're saving. So we know that they're saving.
Warpig might be saving too.
So we've got to be around 50 laps to go, I would assume.
Yep, here comes the 51 and the 13. They're going to stay out. Or come in, I should say.
Well, all of those guys that are coming in right now, they stayed out the longest.
Coach Matt's going to come around and get his lap back.
T-Bird is going to go ahead and, well, Coach Matt, he's racing for a position here, so he's going to reassume second, I think, when this is all said and done with.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he picked up a little bit of time there on Flash 9.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, but he picked up some. Those watching the broadcast, Coach Matt's that first car you see there behind Flash 9 off in the distance.
Well, it just kind of shows you what just 2 laps of racing under green after someone pits turns into on the racetrack.
Looks like KB Showtime's going to come back up into third.
He's going to come back up all right. Come right back up in front of Holcomb there. And Holcomb's not liking it. He's definitely giving him a little bit of bumper.
Where'd the 74 come out and all that? Man, the 74 did not have a great pit stop. He's falling back behind the 13, the 8, and the 87.
Yeah, he had a bad pit stop. He also kind of got really loose, I think, 2 laps before that, so...
And then behind him, it's going to be Shackett and then Warpig. And Warpig is our last running truck, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Let's see how many we have out of the race here.
At least 5.
We have Taddy. We have Dew. Keith. It's your bro Chase. Heavy Duty. That's 5, right?
Yeah, that's 5.
So So that means there's only 11 drivers left in the race. So you got a pretty good chance of, with the exception of one driver, of course, getting a top 10 finish if you finish the race tonight.
Which is huge for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, especially for the 87 and the 8 are newcomers.
Going underneath Coach Matt for second. That's the 51 of KB Showtime. The 51's going to have the best shot of catching this 23 over the long run. But it seems, though, the 13, the 8, and the 87, all those guys are in the same chat. They're content to just ride with each other.
Yeah, they're just trying to stretch it out as far as they can for this upcoming pit stop here and also conserve their tires. That's the thing with Coach Matt right now. It's like, just let the 51 go by and try to conserve what you got here, because you don't want to be racing so hard that you blow a tire, or worse, you run out of gas or something.
It would be really nice to know. It would be really nice to know a lap counter right now.
Well, I would say when we see everyone come into pit, we will have about 25 laps to go. So I'm just going to kind of judge it off of the pit stops right now, and at that point maybe counting on my fingers. But
but even then, it would still be nice if somebody that's listening could give us a lap counter, because we have nobody in the booth with us that would be able to do that.
Well, all I can say right now is, well, it's like old school NASCAR at this point. We're just going to have to take a guess.
But for those just joining, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. You're watching a battle for second, third, and fourth between KB Showtime, Coach Matt, and B. Holcomb. It's Flash 9 in the 23 truck leading. Here at some point in stage 3. We are not sure how many laps are left.
Well, we got our first place driver, and then we have second, third, and fourth who kind of started their own little group, and then got another group behind them.
And that group has about 4 trucks in it. So that's effectively the top 8.
Yep, and that's T-Bird, Jacob, Jose, and Picola, all Fords. And then after that, you kind of have just a mixture, hodgepodge of everybody else. You have NASCAR Extreme, which is way back. He's just getting in turn 1. Justin Shackett, and Warpig.
That battle for second, third, and fourth has quickly become a battle for second and third. B. Holcomb kind of falling off of the 51 and the 26.
A lot of strategy is being played right now, and I think, for Coach Matt right now, he pitted way too early to really be able to save and make it to the end. So either he would have to completely drop back, so he's not saving. We know he's going to have to pit 3 times. KB Showtime probably going to have to pit 3 times. So and I think Flash 9 is another driver who, he's out there leading. He doesn't necessarily need to pit 3 times. So, and then there's some drivers who are like, well, I was on the edge, maybe if I start saving now. But depending on what part after that first pit stop you start saving, it might be too little too late.
Tell you what, that second group of trucks was catching the 23 on the start of the run, but they are starting to lose ground to the 23 of Flash 9 now. And I think we might have our race winner already locked in, unless something major happens with the 23.
I don't think we're going to see that. I think with Flash 9, I'm pretty sure. Now, he doesn't have any pressure. He's probably going to go ahead and let off here and there. But we'll have to see where he comes in. What's the word I'm looking for here? Where he comes into pit at. Does he pit early? Does he pit late? If he pits late, he might have a chance to make it. If he pits early, he's not saving anything. He's just going as hard as he can.
if he pits early or late. He's got such a huge lead right now. I just don't know that these guys behind him are really going to even be able to make up that time either way.
No, I mean, well, that's the thing though. If he has to pit, it doesn't even matter.
About the only thing slowing him down is probably a speeding penalty.
Well, we know everybody's got to pit one more time, but I guess what I mean to say is if he has to pit that third time, I mean, he's not winning this race.
Comment there from Tatty says you only need to save one lap and then run full run the rest of the race. That's what he's saying.
Far ahead, he's probably going ahead and he's probably doing just that then, just letting off just enough in between here. But again, we talked about earlier, tires is the other thing. And, you know, the top three right now, are they saving tires? I don't think so. You know, again, it also depends on how you did your custom setup. Did you set it up to be a little bit more aggressive and chew up tires? You set it to be a little more conservative and not chew up tires as much.
Tatty says 11 drivers saved 3 laps in stage 2, so they can all make it in stage 3.
Well, I guess we do have our winner then.
The battle's still ongoing, though, for the second position between KB Showtime and Coach Matt. They've been trading positions back and forth here for the last 3 or 4 laps, and people watching have seen that battle.
It just makes me wonder, you know, if everyone can make it, then what's going on with our 4 Fords that are just racing together, and they've lost a lot of time to the leader. Just kind of watching this group right now. They're working on passing T-Bird, but other than that, they've been like one person goes in front of another person, and they kind of switch that, and someone goes in front of somebody else and switch that. You're clearly doing some kind of saving, but if everyone can easily save 2 laps, then you know, are they just trying to save tires?
I'll tell you what else isn't happening is that group is not catching B. Holcomb.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not catching them. They're just kind of doing their own thing back there. They're not lining up and drafting. They keep switching who's leading that pack.
Here on the broadcast, I'm going to give everybody the overhead view of this second place battle. If I can ever get the buttons working right. Alright, there we go. An overhead view of these guys. You can see just how much the distance is between these two. It's about, I don't know, 3 car lengths, but the 26 makes a good run down into the corner and might get to that quarter panel of the 51, but a good run off for the 51, and he'll pull away back again by about a car length and a half down into 3 and 4.
Yeah, they're just kind of racing in tandem right now. I don't think either one of them is really looking to make a move on the other person at this point. Everyone's going to kind of keep it calm until we go to pit road. Then after we go to pit road, that's when everything will get crazy. Because it seems like everyone's got about 5 to maybe 10 laps of tires that they're able to race really, really hard on, and then they're like, well, now I got to start conserving it.
Let's take a peek up here at our race leader. So he looks in his rear view mirror, and he's got about a straightaway, almost a straightaway on these guys for the second position. As he comes up off the bottom, exiting turn number 2 and down the back straightaway.
there's no one in front of him, so he doesn't have to worry about lap traffic. We'll have to see if that does become a factor, as it usually does in these races with 10 or less to go.
The 51 has opened up the gap a little bit to the 26, and the 26 is headed to pit road.
There you go.
And that's not unexpected. He pitted before everybody else the last time on the pit cycle there.
So what that does, though, is that forces everyone else to start pitting. And Jose Protege, and I think the 13, the 15, and the 8, they all signaled they're pitting right now.
23 on pit road, race leader.
Yeah, 23 probably saw that. Now 38's coming in.
We got to be within about 25 to go here.
Yeah, I would think so. Everyone's coming in because everyone knows you stay out there on the track. All you're doing is wasting time.
The 26 may not be able to make it, according to Taddy.
Yeah, I didn't think he was. He wasn't saving anything. Shackett's coming down pit road. KB Showtime is still out on the racetrack.
No, 51's headed to pit road.
And so is the 74. And the 22, is he gonna get in? Oh, just barely. Well, I think the 22 and the 51 will definitely make it. 74 will make it. And we know that that pack of 4 Fords will probably make it.
Flash 9 should make it too. But he did pit a lap after this 26 there.
Yep. And the 26 is going to gain a little bit of time on him. He'll go by the 51, but I mean, ultimately, if he can't make it, it's all for naught.
I'll tell you what happened there, though. Did you see what happened? The 87 and 13 had really good pit stops and have caught the 38. And here's the implications there. If Taddy's correct in thinking that the 26 might not make it, that might be a battle for third place.
That's definitely going to be a battle for third place. And, again, if these guys know that they're able to make it to the end, there's no saving now. It's just, can you make it on tires?
The battle for the interview. Still Flash 9 out front, though.
Yeah, I don't see that changing. I think you're right. He's pretty much going to be our winner. He's out of the gauntlet, so to speak. So he's got it from here.
So let's say that the 26 can't make it. How much time is he going to have to lose trying to save enough to make it here?
Well,
and not lose third. And not lose third. Is he going to lose third?
He's not saving anything.
He might be.
No, he's not. He's racing the 51 truck right now. If you're saving, he would be right up. He would be back there with Holcomb right now. He's not saving anything.
Maybe the 26 can make it, though.
He could. Maybe if he has a low enough rear gear, he might be able to make it. But he's obviously not trying to actively save racing the 51 truck right now.
But he's also not racing him as hard as he was the last stint there.
True.
And he is backing off a little bit.
Yep.
Still keeping him honest, but also not really pressuring him.
Nope, he's just along for the ride right now.
Let's jump back here to this battle that we've been watching here. It's the 38 of B. Holcomb, the 87 of Jose Protege, and the 13 of Pete Cola. And just behind them is the 8 of Jacob. The 87 and 8 both making their debuts on Wednesday nights. They both race on Monday nights with Pete Cola, so these guys are accustomed to running around each other, just not on Wednesdays yet.
Yeah, they go back quite a ways with each other. The T-Bird, he's really falling backwards. I'm a little surprised.
It's a little bit surprising. He tends to get better as the race goes on, but kind of struggling here towards the end here tonight.
I know I mentioned it earlier, and I don't mean to pour salt in an open wound for our guy here, but Heavy Duty, again, has 2 really strong stage runs, and then just yet again can't finish the 3rd stage, and it just really hurts him in points.
He might have backed out early last night too, I think. We got a 3-wide battle there for the 4th position.
Oh boy, that's getting a little touch and go there.
Jacob's caught back up to that battle, though, so it's effectively a 4-truck battle for what currently is slated to be 4th place, but with the 26 potentially not being able to make it, this could be the battle for 3rd.
Don't want to jinx him, but it would be a real shame if those 3 guys took each other out.
We are for sure expecting to talk to the 23 and 51 tonight. I'm just not really sure what's going to be going on with the 26. We like to hope we'll talk to the 26 tonight, but who knows. Here towards the back of the field, though, it's a battle for what effectively is probably about P8, 9, and 10 between Warpig, Justin Shackett, and NASCAR Extreme, who looked really good earlier in this race, battling Coach Matt there for the race lead in Stage 2, and has fallen way off the pace.
Yeah, had some pit stop issues. It looked like getting on and off pit road was an issue, and that ultimately is what hurt him.
Sorry, I got to interrupt you real quick. The 26 is going back under the 51 for the race, for 2nd place, I should say. He said a few laps ago he wasn't pressuring him. Now he's pressuring him.
Yeah, and again, if he's on the verge, this is a little too early to do this. We probably are in the ballpark of like 10 laps to go. Oh, he's there.
Yeah, he's underneath him. I don't think he's going to clear him, though, and that 51 will have the better run up off the corner. But he might be able to pull a slide job right here if he really sends it. And he's really going to send it. But it's not going to be sent enough to clear him.
Alright, so he's going to come out here and
into turn 1. If he wants to get up, he's clear. And he's clear, but the 51's going to have a run on him. 51 all over the back bumper of the 26 as we ride on the overhead view. The 51 goes underneath the 26 for the 2nd position. The 26 has the high lane, and he'll have the run up off the corner.
Meanwhile, behind him, Gator's kind of got on the wall a couple times, so he's falling back. Now you have the 87, the 8, the 38, and then the 13 and the 15. And if those 2 guys keep battling, 87 and the 8, they might be able to catch up to him before this race is over.
don't look now, but if the 26 and 51 start getting a little dicey with each other, and shall we be careful in what we say? These guys take each other out. Our two newcomers, the 87 and the 8, could very well get on the podium. We could be talking to them tonight.
I don't think they'll take each other out, though.
I don't know. The 51 just got into the 26 there off the corner.
Ooh.
Got into each other again. They've been putting some pretty aggressive moves on each other here for this second position as we ride on board with the 26. I don't know how many laps we got left. If somebody, again, if you're racing and you're in a call with somebody who's not racing, tell them to comment and tell us how many laps are left. Please. It'd be great. Oh, the 26 slams the wall off the corner, and that's going to allow the 51 to get back around him.
Yeah, tires are going to be the thing, though. I don't see the 26 making it on tires. Even if he has enough fuel, I don't see the tires holding it.
It's so hard to manage the tires here. Unless your name is P-Cola, it's so hard to manage tires. '26 has a good run here down the back straightaway. Oh, no.
Did the 51 just lag out?
The 51 is lagged out of the race. What an unfortunate.
Oh, no.
The commentator's curse again.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yes, it looks like we'll be talking to a newcomer tonight. If this holds up, we might be talking to both of them if the 26 runs out of fuel.
This is why you don't quit a race, because Keith could be running in 11th right now.
He could technically have scored a top 10. Because we're down... Are we down to 10 trucks now?
We're down to 10 trucks now, yeah.
It almost looked like the 26 was going to peel off the racetrack onto pit road, but he's going to keep it going. I don't know how many laps we got to go. We might be inside of 5 to go here, Travis.
I'm assuming so, just by the way everybody else is fighting on the racetrack.
23 is long gone.
Oh yeah, he's an afterthought. We know he's going to win. Now, this is where hindsight 2020 takes place, because if you're the 26, you have raced the heck out of the 51 for 10 solid laps. You burned a lot of tires. Now he lagged out of the race. Now you're sitting there by yourself. You've got enough space in front of you. You can try to conserve a little bit, but how much did he burn off of his tires is the question.
I think he's saving because those guys are getting closer in the mirror there for the 26.
Oh yeah. They've closed it up to about half a straightaway.
He's still running pretty wide open though.
I really wish if there was one lap that I wish we knew, it was when is it one lap to go.
Oh yeah, don't you wish we had that?
Warpig and Justin Shackett going after it here for that top 9th and 10th spot, and Extreme is kind of driven away from him. And Holcomb and Gator, as well as T-Bird, have really fallen off.
Was that the last lap? That was it.
Yep.
Flash 9 wins. Coach Matt second. Was that Jose Protege third?
Yep. And fourth would be the 8 Jacob. Fifth, Holcomb. Sixth, Picola Gator. Seventh is going to be our buddy T-Bird. And then eighth would be NASCAR Extreme. And then I believe the 10 finished 9th and the 22 finished 10th.
I have no idea how we're going to be getting these guys in here.
I believe Taddy said he was going to help out and get them in there.
That would be great. Got results there coming in from Justin Shackett. Appreciate that, Tatty. It's Flash 9, your race leader. Coach Matt, second. Jose Protege, third. Jacob, fourth. B. Holcomb, fifth. Picola, sixth. T. Bird, seventh. Justin Shackett, eighth. NASCAR Extreme, ninth. And Warpig, 10th. Do we have all of our guys in here? Or not yet?
I think we're still waiting on them to join.
Well, Travis, what did you think about that race?
It was fun for a little while. I think I think KB Showtime wishes he could have a better internet connection or something there, because that was a that sucked. Only thing worse than that would be leading the race and lagging out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel gutted for that 51 truck. He looked good tonight and should have had a top 3, but just wasn't in the cards for him.
No, it wasn't, and sometimes that's just how it goes.
Well, we do have our second place finisher in here. It's the 26 of Coach Matt. And, man, it looked like it was going to be close there for you at the end. But, man, you look strong tonight. And a fantastic run for you. It looks like you're getting better each and every week. You had a good run there at Eldora. And, man, how'd you get it done tonight?
Yeah, well, man, I definitely haven't got off to a great start. Like, season-wise, I tend to, like I said, I try to run a little bit better than I have, so I'm, hopefully getting back to where I've been. But Flash was in his own zip code tonight, so I was having fun competing for second there with KB Showtime. I don't know, I guess he lagged out with like 2 or 3 to go, because he and I were like side by side, door to door for like 6, 7 laps in a row, just going at it. He and I were battling really like the last 2 stages, it felt like. But that whole last stage, I was having to conserve as much as I could, just the way my setup was, man. My tires, I wasn't able to save tire, I wasn't able to save gas, so I know I had to pit stage 2. That cost me some tire position. Was able to work my way back up to the front pretty quickly. But like I said, Flash was already gone by the time I got up there, and then I had to save. And so not only was he faster than me, but having to save, he was, like I said, in his own zip code tonight, so he was killing it.
So you said he lagged out with about 2 or 3 to go? We had no idea. Tatty lagged out, and he was our only IRR, so we had no idea how many laps were left there at the end. And, man, to lag out with 2 or 3 to go, that's really disappointing. Travis, do you have anything there for Coach Matt?
Yeah, how close were you on tires and fuel there right when at the end of the race?
Well, if I could have stretched my stuff one more lap that first run, I think I would have been fine. But I had about 2 laps of fuel left. Well, it was a lap of fuel and about 6% on my right side, so it was close. I mean, I could have gone maybe one more lap, but whenever I hit that at the end of the first tire run, or whatever you want to call it, I had 0% on my tire. Thankfully, I didn't have to repair any damage. And so from there on, I knew I had to be careful with my stuff. I couldn't be super aggressive, and I was on the high side, low side, and really using up my stuff. And so I had to back off a little bit. So I wasn't able to really be in chase mode, but I was happy with running top 5 for sure. And like I said, I really hate the thing that happened with KB, man, because we were literally side by side with 3 to go. And we would swap second place like 3 or 4 times, and then he just disappeared. And I was like, what happened? I thought I lagged out for a second. I was freaking out a little bit. And then I kept going, didn't have any issues, and then, unfortunately that happened to him. So he would have been second or third. So I'm not sure what would have happened. I would have loved to see it through, but like I said, I really enjoyed racing with him tonight.
Tell you what, it caught us off guard here in the booth, didn't it, Travis?
Well, that's one thing I was mentioning when we were watching that happen when he lagged out, is that it's like you had raced him so hard, and then he lags out, and it's like, well, how much do you have left to finish the race with? So.
Well, because I came out of pit road, I was ahead of him by about a second, and so I was switching to what I thought was a fuel save gear, but I wasn't saving near enough, so I couldn't use it the second stage. But switching to the fuel safe gear was really trying to conserve my stuff. I let him get out in front of me and was just letting him kind of tow me around the track. That's what I was using to conserve. And so with about 6 or 7 to go, I flipped back in my race gear. And like I said, then we started battling right there. So I would have loved to see what would have happened. I was running the high side, he was running the bottom, so there's no telling who would have just got second there. But it would have been definitely fun to see what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad you got a good run. Good to see you have not only 1 and 2 stage good runs, but then finally be able to capitalize with the top 3 finish in stage 3. Congratulations, man.
Oh man, appreciate it.
And Blaine, do we have our next driver up to bat?
Yeah, it's Flash 9, your race winner. Kind of going in different order here, Flash 9, because Coach Matt jumped into the chat first, but another race win for you, and you look like there towards the end that you were in your own zip code. How'd you get it done tonight, man?
Truck was fantastic. I really didn't know what the race would be like with the draft, and at the start of the run on fresh tires, everyone was pretty equal, and then like about smack dab in the middle of the run, the handling really took over, and I would say Billy and Chase were really close to me, and Pete Colo was up there for a bit too, and seemed like everyone had their problems in stage 3. I just got a big enough lead and just tried to make sure I got it down to the white line and ease it around the track, and the truck was really good, so that's all I needed to do.
Nice. Yeah, you were pretty much you were kind of like NASCAR Extreme last week. You just, as soon as you got the lead, you set sail, took off. We would just check on you every now and then, just to make sure you didn't lag out or something. But yeah, you were just pretty much able to cruise all the way around. I don't have anything to really add because you just pretty much led everything.
Yeah, KB was in the same chat as me. His power went out, I think, with 3 laps to go.
Oh no.
I was out front, and I was like, all I see is the 26 and 51 flipping back and forth on the track map. So that was pretty entertaining to listen to him and see that. So, and then Coach Matt had a great run as well, and just I wasn't sure how much other guys were having fuel problems, because I know Billy and then the 13 fell way back. I don't know if anything happened to him or not, but I was just kind of running my race and making sure I didn't have any fuel issues, and just drama free from my standpoint, so I'm happy with it.
Well, I'm sure that helps you save too, because if you're not getting pressure from behind, you just put them on cruise control.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Nice. Well, good win, man, and hopefully, now, I guess before I move on, is Bro Chase, he's in your chat too, right?
Yeah, we usually talk together. I think he had a couple incidents early on, and he forgot to pit at the beginning of stage 2, and he might have had a connection issue as well. Just a lot, I think he had a lot of bad luck going on tonight, so it's unfortunate for him. But yeah, he's always super fast. But I was kind of happy I didn't have to deal with him for 134 laps tonight.
Honestly, I think from what we saw from our standpoint, I think he ran out of gas, because he once he got out of everyone's way, when he came off the 2, he was crawling. So
that's right. Yeah, he forgot to pit at the end of stage 1, and off the rip on the green flag, he was out of gas. So he was too many laps down to really continue, I think, at that point.
Yep. Well, hopefully he and you will be battling really hard next week.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we will. We always do, so it's always a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations, Flash. Blaine, you have anything else for him?
I don't think so. Congratulations on the win, Flash 9. Another dominating performance for you. I imagine we'll be talking to you next week too. Have a good one, man.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for doing this for the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Do we have our third place finisher of Jose Protege in here?
I don't think we do. I can try to add him real quick. Hold on. I know Jose. I think we're friends. Let's see.
I was kind of looking forward to getting his thoughts, so I hope he's able to join. If he's still around, he might have already turned his console off and went to bed.
Yeah, he says he's joined, but he's not showing online.
Yeah, I didn't see him pop in.
Well, we can kind of do that interview for him then, I guess.
Let's see, he drove the 87 tonight, correct?
Yeah, and he was battling with Jacob, so Jacob wasn't able to get around him, and he just was a lucky guy in third there, so.
Do we want to give him a minute or two and see if...
No, he said I turned it off, was waiting for the invite for 5 minutes. It's usually quick, so I figured there wasn't an interview. That's what he just put in the custom chat.
Okay. Well, if you want to, Travis, since you're in that chat, you can tell him to record a voice message, short little voice message there for us, and then you can listen to it and tell us what he said. Perhaps. He's there commenting. He says, "What's up, fellas? Jose, I guess you're still listening. You can comment how that race went there for you. Man, it's all right. We're still here. We're still talking. We got your truck up here, and you can comment there in the chat, in the broadcast chat, about how your race went. You looked really good tonight, man. And you know, the 51 lagged out there at the end. You were on pace for P4, and you come home P3 in your first race on Wednesday nights. Got to be happy with that, I'd like to think. Wouldn't you think you would be there, Travis?
He just said, well, we worked the strategy game and it worked out in the end, so I think he just got to be the right place at the right time because his buddies were behind him, so I'd like to know what happened to Gator there at the end, because that's uncharacteristically fell way back there at the end, so you know, for Jose, congratulations, buddy. Good to see you racing again, and glad you were able to look out on that top three there. And, hopefully you'll have a few more fall in your lap here, maybe even a win before this season is over.
He said yes, definitely. Wasn't planning to finish that high. LOL. He said Gator gave up his spot for the 38 and they got into it. Okay. Interesting. So a couple of front runners getting into it there, Travis. Did I lose Travis too?
No, I'm here.
Oh, you're still here?
I'm reading another chat from our custom group here. It's getting feisty.
Is it?
We'll put it that way.
Well, you know what I'm going to require about that then.
Oh, yeah, I do.
But anyways, Travis, any final thoughts from tonight?
Well, all I know is that I've still got to work on a setup after just getting done with moving and everything and just setting up my PlayStation for the first time tonight. So glad I didn't lag out of this. I've got Spectrum obviously, but anyway, I'm hoping I don't have a bad night. But enough about that. About the race, I'm really hoping that with this race tonight we got to see only good racing. We got to see strategy a lot more, and man, it's just we had 3 front runners lag out or have issues, and it really changed the entire complexion of the race. Because I really think if like Bro Chase hadn't had his issues, he'd be up there fighting really, really hard with Flash 9, and Flash 9 wouldn't have been able to save as much, and we might have had a 3 or 4 car battle for the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Flash 9 just totally dominant. You know, a good battle there towards the end, and unfortunate there for KB Showtime to lag out there, or not lag out, his power went out, as was said, but man, how disappointing for the 51, and some of these guys really just not happy with each other tonight at all.
Nope, not at all.
And that was a far cry from last night, and on the slider side, you know, I didn't see any ruffled feathers there after the race, at least from my angle. You know, but it's really, you got to remember, for this night, it's always just super competitive.
Yep, and then tomorrow night, it's going to be even more so.
Well, Travis, I mean, it was a good race tonight. I mean, had some guys lag out, and some guys perform better than what we anticipated them performing, and some guys that started hot and didn't finish so well, some guys that didn't start so well and finished better than where they were running. You know, it was a good one. I want to congratulate our top 3 finishers, Flash 9, Coach Matt, and Jose Protege. I want to thank Taddy for his IRR tonight as in-race reporting, despite only having him for about half the race, but really nice to have him, as always, to help us out as much as he can. I want to thank everybody that's watching tonight. Appreciate the tuning into the broadcast, and of course, thank you to Travis for your help tonight.
Yeah, my pleasure, buddy, and everyone have a good night. Thanks for watching, and happy racing.
Yeah, happy racing, everybody. Have a great evening.